Okay, in this video we're going to look at when we factorize when we have common brackets. Now, in order to explain this, I'm going to do a very simple example here, and we're going to do them side by side to see what we're actually doing. So if we had this, I color-coded it so that you can see what is common. So I would take out an x, because the x is common. Now that's nothing new, but in this case we have a whole bracket and a whole bracket that are the same. So instead of just taking out the x, I take out the whole bracket. Now it looks weird because there's an actual bracket, but just in the same way that I took away the x and I wrote the x, I kind of just take this whole bracket and I write it there. Now my next step here would have been writing a bracket and then writing whatever is left. So the 2 plus b, because I know 2 times x would give me 2x, and yeah, so if let's just say if I was expanding brackets, then I would get this 2x, and multiplying that would just give me plus, I'll just do the plus b, color coding x. Okay, so this is the same as that. I didn't have to do this. This is just proof. This is just proof. This is the actual answer for factorizing. So I've seen this mistake happen before where students write this, they factorize, and then they give this answer, and you obviously won't get marks for that as your final answer. You might get some marks, but not all the marks. So just make sure. That was just kind of my proof. Okay. Now looking at this example, we have to do the same. I took out the x like here, but it was a whole bracket. And then I write a bracket just like I wrote that bracket. And I wrote whatever is left. 2 plus b. And there we go. So this is now factorized. So it looks a bit weird because there's a bracket. But let's look at another example. Let's just make something up like, let's just get a different color. Let's do 3x plus 4 minus, let's do dx plus 4. And if they asked us to factorize this, I see there are two terms. Is there anything similar or like or a common factor? Yes, this whole bracket and this whole bracket. So I can write this whole bracket, x plus 4, and whatever is left is the 3 minus d. There we go, factorized. Okay, so it just gets, we can do, let's do one or two more examples. You can pause the video and try it on your own, but I'll just write them here and then you can look at them. Let's do a different color. Let's do x, 3 plus y minus 2, let's say 3 plus y, and we can do another example here. Let's do 4x, 2 plus, I don't know, z, minus 2, and 2 plus z. Okay, we have, just wanted to check that we can see there. Okay, so this one's a bit more tricky, but because there's a catch, but let's do this one first. Let's go with purple. So I see there are two terms, and this is common. So I can take that out. So 3 plus y, and then what would be left is x minus 2. X minus 2. And this is factorized. Okay. This one is a bit tricky. This one has a little catch to it because there's a bit more that's common. So let's do it like if we didn't notice, and then we'll see if we can actually fix it. So in this case, I have two things that are common. Well, the 2 and the z. So I can write this 2 plus z. And what I would have left is 4x minus 2. But what's common here as well, obviously there's nothing common here. There's no common factors here, but there are common factors here. There's a 4 and a 2. So I can't, this is not fully factorized. So what I have to do actually is I have to factorize this. Now there's going to be a lot of brackets. So I'll make a big bracket. And if I wanted to factorize this, then the 4 and the 2, a 2 can come out. And then that would be 2x, because 2 times 2 is 4. And then the x comes with it. And then I write the negative there. And that has to be a 1, because 2 times 1 will give me 2. And there we go. So this is a very big kind of factorizing thing. Although I can reduce this a little bit, I can actually move this 2, because this is just bracket times, you know, another bracket. I can actually move this out. Just write it like 2 plus z, just make the z, and 2x minus 1. Okay, so a little bit of a tricky or different example, but the big part that you should be able to do is just take out common brackets.